Good morning, dear students. Today, I would like to welcome you to this session of your revised discussion. Why I told you that revised discussion? Because the topic we are going to discuss today is about parts of speech. Parts of speech is very important for all the students learning English language. Therefore, understanding about them incessantly will help us to have more knowledge about them, and we can properly use them in our speech. So, parts of speech plays very important role in our language. Therefore, let's understand about parts of speech. Parts of speech, as its name says, it are different parts, means words we use in our speech. Whenever we add some parts in a certain manner to express our views and feelings with others or in writing, we need some words. Those words mostly available in a sentence, and with using such words we make our sentences. They are called parts of speech. Generally, in our sentence we have lot of words, and you can say using such words we make sentences. What are those words and their classifications and knowledge about them into the depth is very important for a student. Therefore, let's understand what are they and how can we know them more and more, as well as classify them and understand how they have the uses in our speech. So, normally we have 8 different parts of speech. You also know, because from the very basic conception of your academic career, starting from class 3 till date and more than that, you have been learning lot of English, and also you have these basic concepts about these parts of speech. So here, to revise or to recall your understanding, let's discuss today about them. So in today's class, we will have introductory ideas about them, and in subsequent classes we will discuss individually, and we will better understand about them so that we can confidently use in our speech. Okay? So let's come. What are those parts of speech? Normally, we have 8 different parts. Using them, we make speech. Such as noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. These are very important parts. Okay? So, let's understand what are they and how we use them. Normally, as we know, noun means name. We say every name is a noun. The name can be the name of a person, the name of a person, can be a name of a thing, an animal, place, an idea, etc. Or feelings also are nouns. For example, here when we talk about a person means Hari is a person, Sita is a person, my teacher is a person, my father is a person, my mother is a person. So when we talk about human beings, it is about the person. So when we talk about father, it is person. Mother, it is also person. Sister, person. Ramu, person. So when we use such words to talk about persons, they are nouns. Similarly, when we talk about things, pen, fan, chair, computer, bottle, duster. So also many things which are thing has names. Everything has a name, so it is a noun. Similarly, when we talk about animals, you know that very well. Cow, elephant, deer, tiger, and many such animals we come across in our environment. Every individual animal has a name. And what those names we will, the classifications we will discuss later on. Today, we simply try to understand these parts of speech. Similarly, when we talk about a place, market, postal, station, school, playground. So these words are the names of places. They have also names. They are noun. Similarly, when we talk about our feelings and ideas, as well as when we talk about an action, it has also a name. For example, we can use running is the name of an action. Watching, name of an action. So, those things have a name, they are nouns. And about nouns, their forms, their classifications and uses, we will discuss next class. But today's discussion is about the basic concepts of these parts of speech. Those words we use to form speech. From here we understand the names of persons, the names of things, the names of animals, names of places, feelings and actions are names, nouns. Types and classifications will be discussed in subsequent classes. So, after this, after we understood the noun, let's come to the next topic is pronoun. Here, when we talk about pronoun, Pronouns have their own classifications and they have their own uses and functions. That also we will discuss in subsequent classes more precisely so that you can better understand. But today we will only understand what exactly the pronoun and its uses. Brief. So, as I have told you, some words we use in place of nouns. That means we can substitute some words in place of nouns. Example, Rama is a student. Here Rama is a student. Question comes, who is a student? Rama. When we talk about who, person comes. What is Rama? A student. It talks about the professor of Rama. So here the question comes what? We are not going right now into the depth of grammatical construction today. Let's have some conceptual view. Here we will again write another sentence. Rama reads very well. Rama reads very well. You see, here Rama reads very well. Who reads? Rama. What does Rama do? Reads very well. This is the question and answer. So here we find the name over here. Rama, the name of a person. Okay. So a student, it is also name of a person. Both are persons used at two different places. Here is a subject and object as well. Similarly, in the next sentence, also we wrote Rama reads very well. When we talk individual sentences and without any relation between the sentences, we need not to change anything. But when the second sentence will refer to the first sentence, it is not necessary to repeat or replicate the subject again and again. Therefore, in place of if we want to have the relations between the first and second sentence, here it is not necessary to write again Rama to replicate the noun again. Instead of this, we can write he means Rama. So here, instead of repeating the same noun, we used a pronoun. That means some words we use in place of noun to replace this noun to be repeated again and again. Therefore, he is functioning here as a pronoun. But thing is that we must understand that pronouns, when we talk about pronouns, we must at least know the foundation and the classifications we will discuss later in subsequent classes. But first let me make you understand today about the pronoun a little more. What is that? When we talk about pronouns like we can use I is a pronoun. We often use I am a boy. I am not a student. I'm not a professor. I'm a student. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a sportsman. I'm a good swimmer. So in this speech, what happens? I is used at the beginning of the sentence. When a noun is used at the beginning of the sentence, we say subject. Nouns or pronouns can be used anywhere in a sentence, but some pronouns only used as a subject. Therefore, we should have basic knowledge that pronoun can be used as subject, object, possessive, and reflexive. These are the different uses of pronoun. For example, when we talk about I is often used as subject. When we want to use I as an object, we can't use I. We have to change to me. When we want to use this pronoun I as possessive, then we can use mine, and we can also use mine and myself as a reflexive. So, a pronoun can be used in different ways, like as a subject, I'm a good boy. As an object, he told me a story. As a possessive, this is my pen. This pen is mine. We can use this. Similarly, if we want to express its reflexive, then we can say, I can do this one myself. I can do this one myself. Therefore, you found that this pronoun, which is in the past form, we use as a subject, object, possessive, and reflexive. Similarly, the first person includes we. We are good students. We don't disturb in the class. We play in the playground every day. So, while using this pronoun we use it as a subject. Similarly, if we want to use we as an object, you can say us. Our teacher told us to maintain discipline. Hari gave us a good treat. On my birthday, my friends gave me presentations. See, our teacher told us to write the exercise. Okay, so when we use this pronoun as an object, we use us. Similarly, our, ours, ourselves. When we use we, it's possessive. This is our school. That is not when we want to second person, this is first person. When we talk about second person, is you. We can use this pronoun as a subject. Yeah, good boy. You don't come to school regularly. You are disturbing in the classroom. I will complain against you. Therefore, here you is often used as a subject. We can also use you as a possessive. This is not your pen. This pen is mine. This is my pen. You can read this story yourself. When we are talking about one person, we can say yourself. When your teacher speaks to all the students, yourselves, plural. Therefore, pronouns have been used in different ways as a subject, object, possessive, and reflexive. Besides them, there are third person of pronouns like he, she, it, and they. The third person, most are he, she, it, singular, whereas they is plural. So they have also their objective forms, possessive cases, and reflexive, like he and object is him, his, himself, she, her, hers, herself, it, its, it, its, itself, they, them, their, theirs, themselves. So these are the different uses of a pronoun like noun. So next class we will discuss broadly about pronoun like noun. As you know, today's class is only introductory class. Next class we will analyze every individual parts of speech subsequently in your subsequent classes. Okay? So now let's discuss the next part of this speech. Here the next part of this speech is verb. Next part of speech is verb. As you know, verb means an action word. Verbs often talk about action and state. Verbs used to talk about action and state. Okay? Therefore, let's understand what exactly this action. As you know, every day, every moment, from rising from bed till we go to bed, we have lot of action. Like we eat, we play, we write, we sing, we sit, we eat, we look, we inquire, we disturb, we request, we order, we suggest, we advise. So also, many such actions we do daily, every day. But here I am writing an example. You just observe this and understand what is the verb and what is its type. Here you see, every day Hari reads newspaper. Every day Hari reads newspaper. Who reads newspaper? When we ask about the person, the doer, Hari. For that the question we make is who? What does Hari do? Reads newspaper. So here in this statement, this speech, we find reads as a verb. It's talking about an action. Action is reading. So, in this sentence, reads is the verb, an action word. I am a student. Here, in the second sentence, we have also a verb, that is am. But it is not talking about an action. It is talking about a situation. It is talking about the time, present time. Therefore, it is not an action word. It talks about the state, the position, the time. Therefore, we have two different types of verbs. They can be action words, those who talk about action, and state verbs, those which talk about state, that means the position. Okay, so action words, different types of action words, as I have already told. But for your information, let's have some basic knowledge about action. We will also discuss about verb broadly with their classifications and uses. Next class, just like noun, pronoun, we will also discuss about the verb. But here, for your understanding, to recall your understanding, we should have basic knowledge about the verbs. As we know, verbs are action words. Every verb has four forms. Every verb has four forms, such as first form, second, third, and you can say ing form. Every verb has four forms, but these are what the verbs are. These action words. Action words. We can say main verbs. Now we are talking about main verbs. Generally, main verbs have four forms, but when we talk about the auxiliaries, which some of the auxiliaries talking about state and helping other verbs to change their forms. So now we are talking about main verb. Main verb has four forms that you know very well. For example, one or two, let me tell you. It and is the first form of the verb it. Similarly, at is the second form, eaten third form, and eating the ing form. Main verb, which we say lexical verbs, so you can say full verbs, they have lot of other names teachers have been telling. You also come across, you know them. But basically, we have two types of verbs talking about action, another is talking about state. Normally we understood that we have two types of verbs, main verb and auxiliary verb. Now we are talking about main verb. Main verb has four different forms. And why these forms change? When they need to change, that we will discuss in subsequent classes. We will clearly discuss and classify them, their uses and causes for the changes in the forms of verbs of main as well as auxiliary. But today is only we try to understand the basic concepts and we are recalling our past knowledge. Okay, next class, more things relating verb we will discuss in a specific class about verb. Okay, so now come to the next part of speech is adjective. Here, adjective is also very important part of speech. Let me write one sentence over here, and after that we will try to understand, and you can better understand what exactly the adjective is or adjectives are. I saw a beautiful park in Bhubaneswar. I saw a beautiful park in Bhubaneswar. Who is the subject? Who saw? I saw. What did I do? I saw. What did I see? A beautiful park. So here in this sentence, I is a pronoun, park is a noun used as an object. Here another thing is Bhubaneswar is another noun. Here is another noun. So we find in this sentence, I saw a beautiful park in Bhubaneswar. So this is verb. What I saw? I saw a park. Where did I see? I see in Bhubaneswar. What type of The park is beautiful. So here this word beautiful is talking more about the park. This one attributing the noun park. You can say beautiful, the word enlarging or enhancing the meaning of the noun park. Without this word, our sentence is not incomplete. We can say I saw a park in Bhubaneswar. But here we are emphasizing to give more information about the park. What's that more information? It's beautiful. This word is enhancing the meaning of the noun park. Therefore, those words enhance or attribute or give more information about the noun, they are called adjectives. Therefore, adjectives are very important words to enhance the meaning of words in our speech or to give more information about the noun. Therefore, those words we use to enhance or attribute or give more information about a noun in our sentence are adjectives. Like noun, pronoun and verb, adjectives also play very important role. We will specifically discuss about adjectives in a certain different class. It is a different class. We will broadly discuss about adjectives. Here I am going to write some other sentences. Try to understand and identify which words are adjectives. Hari needs to go a long way. Ravi is an industrious student. Here you see in these statements, sentences, speech I have given over here, Hari needs to go a long way. Here, how is the way? It's a long way. Therefore, way, which is a noun here in our sentence functioning as a object. This long, a long is a word, it's qualifying, enhancing the meaning of the way, it's a long way. Therefore, here, a long is enhancing the meaning of giving more information in the meaning of way, therefore it is an adjective. Similarly, Robbie is an industrious student. We have used an over here because industrious, the word starts with a vowel sound. Therefore, if this word was not over here, we could have used a Hari, Robbie is a student. What kind of student Robbie is? An industrious student, a laborious student. So here, when we talk about what type of student Robbie is, the answer comes industrious. So here the word industrious is associated with the noun student. It is enhancing the meaning of this noun student. So, here the word industrious is functioning as an adjective. As I have told, those words give more information about the nouns in our sentence, or they enhance the meaning about the nouns in our sentence. They are adjectives. We will discuss broadly about the adjectives in subsequent classes, in a specific class about adjectives. Okay? So now let's discuss about adverb. As we discussed about adjectives which enhance the meaning of nouns in our sentence, qualify them, give more information, enhance their meaning or attribute their meaning, they are adjectives. Adjectives are the parts of speech associated with noun. But when we talk about adverb, some words like adjectives we use to enhance or modify. You can say modify the meaning of a verb are adverbs. What are they? You know them well. When we use some words to enhance or modify or to give more information about the verb, they are called adverbs. Okay? Here, let me write some sentences. You can identify which word or words is or are adverb in the sentences. Example, always, hurry, always hurry, goes to school late. Always hurry goes to school late. Who goes to school lately? Hurry. When hurry goes to school lately? Always. Where does hurry go to? To school. How does hurry go to school? Slowly. So here you see, in our sentence, a verb we have is goes. It is an action word. And goes to school. How does Hari goes to school? How does Hari go to school? Late. So this word lately is associated with this word goes. How does Hari go to school? Late. When does Hari go to school? Always. So here this word always as well as lately are associated with this word verb. They are announcing. You may say modify or giving more information about the action of hurry, what he does. Always goes, lately goes. or it goes to school. If we don't take lately, this is also a complete sentence. Here, always is the only word that is enhancing the meaning of goes. Therefore, it is an adverb. So also, lately is also associated with this verb and enhancing, modifying the meaning of this verb. Therefore, this lately is also functioning as an adverb. So this is an adverb. This is also an adverb. Rarely I watch TV. Rarely I watch TV. What do I do? I watch TV. How do I watch? Rarely I watch. Okay? So, therefore, here rarely is associated with this verb. It is enhancing its verb meaning. Therefore, it is an adverb. And still, similarly, prepositions which are talking about the relation. Relation of time, place, and situations. They connect the events, the phrases, the ideas in our sentence. I go to school at 10:30 a.m. Yeah, I go to school. What time? It is talking about time at. So here it creates a relation in between. Similarly, my father sits on a chair. Here on is talking about the place where my father sits. Therefore, we will discuss about these prepositions, these on, at, in, under, with, within, by, between, among, across. There are a lot of prepositions we will discuss in a subsequent class only about prepositions. Today, you only understand the basic ideas about the preposition. Similarly, when we talk about conjunctions are also very important parts of speech. What do they do? As their name says, they only use it to connect two phrases, two clauses, or two sentences. Such conjunctions like so, because, for, but, and so many such conjunctions available. We will understand about them broadly when we will discuss about, particularly we will have one class for conjunctions. We will discuss broadly about it. But today we need to have fundamental idea about the conjunctions. These are some of the conjunctions. I come to school, so I know all my friends. I know all my friends because I come to school. He is a business person. He knows the rate of items in the market. I don't know the rates of the items in the market because I am not a business person. I could not come to school yesterday for heavy rain. Means because of heavy rain. Every day Hari comes to school but returns back to house from the half day. We come to school and play different games in the playground. We go to market to see the items and to buy things we need. Therefore, these are the words we say conjunctions to create the relation between the phrases, clauses or sentences. Okay? So, now the last part of speech today is the introductory class. Let's about interjections. Interjections are a very important part of speech. Interjections are the words which express some sudden feeling. When we express our sudden feeling, we use some words which are interjections. It is often an exclamatory word and ends with an exclamation symbol. We use interjection words for different purposes, and they often are associated with determiners like a, am, the, these, those, each, every. We don't need these determiners to use with the interjections. They are used to express our sudden feelings for different purposes. The purposes like to express our happiness, to express pain, to express joy, and to express many more things. We use interjections. For joy and pleasure, we use hurrah. And for sadness and grief, we use alas. Such words we use to express our grief. Similarly, when we want to express surprise, what do we use? Wow! Similarly, when we want to talk about to express our pain, then oh, ouch! We express our feeling using these words interjection. Similarly, when we talk about express the praise to others, what words we use? Bravo! Bravo! Well done! You have done. Understand? So these words which express our sudden feelings, to express our views suddenly, feelings suddenly, such words we use in our sentences are called interjections. We will discuss about interjections broadly, clearly in a specific class. Today, to recap, we discussed what are those parts of speech today, and what is noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Next class, in next classes, periods, we will broadly discuss about their functions, uses and other classifications so that you can better understand. For today, this was. Thank you.